Hi, my name is Ted. Welcome to my YouTube channel, which is dedicated to astronomy and astrophotography. And today I'm going to be reviewing the Explorer Scientific AR102 millimeter telescope, refractor telescope. Before I go into more detail about it and all the specs on it, I'm just going to kind of go and give you guys a little share of my just bad experience I had, not with the telescope itself, but with a company I bought it from. I had a choice between buying it brand new or buying a silver grade, and this one's a silver grade, and I'll explain why I ended up swapping for the silver grade as opposed to the new one that I got. Normally I shop from a company called B&H Photo. I've bought many stuff from them over the years and I've never had any issues with them, but I decided to get one of these from them because they had a really good deal on it, brand new. And I'm going to do air quotes because it really wasn't brand new. So, but this thing retails for about $419 brand new, and you can buy the silver grade for $293, which is basically either just a floor model or a something that might have when it's being manufactured would have either the print might be wrong or there might be a scuff mark, like this one has a scuff mark on it, so they can't sell it for the normal price, so they mark it down as a silver grade. And the optics are fine, the mechanics of the focuser is fine, and if these things were messed up, these two things, they wouldn't sell them. They would just, honestly, I think they just trash them if those weren't optically sound and fine. So the silver grade is actually really worth it. So when I ended up buying at B&H Photo, because they had a really good deal on it. So when the package arrived, it was kind of really scary because the box was taped like 4 times on the outside, and when I broke it open to the second box, it was like 2 boxes in one. That one had like 4 pieces of tape on it. The telescope, when you get these new, they come wrapped in a clear plastic bag so you can see it. And then it's inserted into the box, which have these little foam slits on it, and 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top to basically rest the telescope. This one had all 4 of them on the bottom. So that means this telescope was like bopping around and stuff like that. It was missing the accessories. It came inside of a old Bresser accessory bag, which I don't believe they sold them together. I think that was an accessory, an add-on that you can buy later. Bresser, believe it or not, used to own these telescopes, if I'm not mistaken, and now they're merged with Explorer Scientific. So now it's basically Explorer Scientific. I don't think it's no longer Bresser. So once the transition is complete, the ones that have Bresser on it will have Explorer Scientific on it. So it'll no longer say Bresser on it. So anyways, back to what I was saying. When I opened the telescope, I took off the cap. When I looked inside the one from B&H Photo, it was filthy. It had fingerprints all over it, had dust in it. So I was like, yeah, okay, this thing ain't new. So I wind up looking at the serial number, because there's a serial stamp on here, serial number stamp on there. And it didn't match. It was 1 digit off from the one in the box. The last number was on, that one was like a 5, and that one was a 9 in the box. This one matches, so I know it's the exact same item. So I contacted B&H Photo, and they swore up and down that that was a brand new telescope, and it never left the warehouse. At least the box never left the warehouse. So I told them, I said, well, if that is true, that means someone in that store either swapped out scopes, or they were having a star party at night when nobody knew about it, and they were taking the telescope out and using it, putting it on a mount and exploring it. And I said, I don't know, I just know it was dirty. So needless to say, they gave me an RMA, returned it, waiting for the refund, and then I called Dave from High Point. He introduced me to the silver grade. Perfect. This thing is literally, it's pretty much brand new outside of the little scuff mark. So because of that little tiny mark on it, I literally saved $100 and something. So the silver grade is really actually worth it. Again, you get the same warranty as you would if you bought it brand new. So with that being said, I'm going to kind of explain some of the accessories with this and what I think of it, and that's pretty much it. So first thing, it comes with a 2-inch diagonal. This thing is a beast. It's heavy, nice, well made. It has the 1.25 adapter, so you can use 2-inch or the standard 1.25 eyepieces. It's a very nice diagonal. It's a 102 millimeter, which means it's a 4-inch glass. Very nice. It is an achromatics, which is just basically a multi-coated airspace double lens. That's all it is. So it will produce some chromatic aberration. It comes with an 8x50 finder scope. I mean, the finder scope is the only thing I don't like on it. I mean, I wish it had the kind that has the, well, not that kind. That's on the other scope. It has the L1, so you can look down rather than trying to look like this, because I really hate that kind, but it's fine. It comes with a 2-inch focuser, also a dual speed Crayford focuser. It's a 10-to-1 and a 1-to-1, so you can have fast focusing, and then you have the fine focus. Again, the glass on this thing is perfect. The focuser is great. I do like this. This whole unit right here will turn if you want to turn your, here if you want to turn your eyepieces and stuff, and also this thing will turn too. I mean, when you put your focus in there, you can turn it this way as well, so I really like that. Where it doesn't, I have one scope where it literally only went in one way, which kind of sucks. So, but no, this is actually perfect. It is a 663 millimeter focal length, which means it's a wider field of view. If you're not familiar with the focal lengths and how they work, the smaller the number, the wider it is. The higher the number, the nearer it is. This one's 1,000 millimeters. This is 663, so that one you'll see less of the image. This one you'll see more of it, or more of the sky. It is an f6.5, which is actually right borderline, so it's really good speed. It's fast and not too slow. It was a toss-up between this one and the Orion 120 millimeter, which was a 5-inch, I believe it is. The only difference with that one, it was an f5, so it means it's faster, meaning it allows more light in, which also meant because it's an achromatic lens, it was going to produce more chromatic aberration. But overall, the aberration that you see in this is really not that bad. I mean, I've seen some images and I thought, like when I first saw some images, I was like, well, that's still noticeable, but I don't know, maybe they did something wrong, but I didn't see anything in it. So I had very, very little, and I literally had to be like looking at the picture to see it. And usually I'm not looking that much, I mean, like staying focused on it. And a couple of nights ago, when this came in, I took some pictures of the moon, because it was very bright, and I wanted something bright, because the brighter it is, the most likely you'll see the chromatic aberration. So at the end of this video, I'll show you the original picture with the very thin micro line that you can't even barely see of chromatic aberration. And then I'll show you some other pictures that I used. I use a program called Tiffin DFX, and it allows me to swap the image to black and white, so you'll lose the chromatic aberration altogether. And then it also allows me to do different types of filters, straw filters, blue filters, red filters, and it allows me to fix the chromatic aberration in the image as well, without having to go in there and literally fine edit it as I would with Photoshop. So overall, I'm very impressed with this. I would recommend people buy one, whether you buy it new or you buy a silver grade. It's whatever you want to, however you want to save the money. And I figure for a silver grade, it really is an amazing telescope for $293. You really cannot beat it. If you're basically someone who's starting out in astronomy, just whether you're going to be observing, or even if you want to plan on taking some pictures down the road, this is really an excellent little starter scope. I would definitely recommend this one, or again, even the Orion, the f5, the 120 millimeter, would probably be just as good. And one of the reasons also why I chose this one is because that telescope from the Orion is just the telescope itself. You have to still end up buying the brackets, the dovetail bar. It didn't come with the finder scope. It only had just a 2-inch focuser. It didn't have the dual speed. And for a diagonal, 2-inch diagonal, it was going to come to the same price anyways. So I just decided to go with this one. And plus it being f6.5, It's not too fast and it's not too slow, which means, like I said, the f5 will create more chromatic aberration as opposed to the f6.5. So that's another reason why I went with it this way. It won't produce as much. So, but I've seen pictures with the Orion telescope as well, and that's really, it produces some really beautiful images as well. So I'm not going to knock it. It just depends on what you want. You want a 4-inch, that one's a 5-inch. So you are getting an extra inch of glass, so a wider aperture means you can see more, obviously. But it's, my overall take on this thing is definitely, I recommend it. I would truly, if someone's starting out, this is the way to go. And if you don't have enough money to buy like a brand new one, just go with the silver grade. They always have them, they always sell them. Every once in a while you'll see it. It's from High Point. I'll even provide a link in the description. Again, that link may become dead once their silver grades are sold, but he told me they literally get quite a few of them each month, and they just advertise them. So yeah, just check them out. And if you're really looking for, like I said, a decent 4-inch refractor with a wide field of view, this is definitely the way to go. And again, depending if you want a silver grade or a new one, perfectly brand new. If you go silver grade, you'll save about $100 and something. And I don't think they give you a used one. I don't think it's not a train, but it's a car. I don't think they like take back telescopes, and unless it's still optically sound, where it's still in good mechanical order. Maybe someone just returned it because they didn't like it. But usually it's a demo model, or it might be something that was, like I said, a manufacturer defect on it. If the glass is defected, then they won't sell it. But if it's just like a little scuff mark, they'll literally mark it down to $290s, right? So you can't beat it. So it's really nice, and it's a big change from this one, this reflector telescope. I can tell you that right now. I love this one because I can see a lot with it, but I also love this one because I get a larger portion of the sky. Like when I take pictures of the moon with this thing, I'm literally right on the moon, which is great because you get on closer to the moon, you get to see the craters more. This one allows me to see almost all the moon. Now it was out of frame a little bit, so don't mind that. Again, it was just a quick test, and I wasn't doing a full alignment like which I normally do when I'm just trying to test something out. I don't go nuts with all-star polar alignments, and just for quick viewing, that's what I do with it, in just a simple alignment. So, but that's pretty much it. So I'll stay tuned for after this video for some pictures, and I hope you all had a great week, and we have a great weekend coming up, and hope you guys can get your scopes out there and see some good stuff. So with that being said, clear skies. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share my channel, and have fun, guys. Clear skies.